Welcome, my Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love. Welcome to your September 2019 reading. I am your reader for today, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, Drawing the Circle Productions president, professional witch, and intuitive. And Capricorn, did I bring out the big guns for you, or should I say the big balls? I have my balls sequestered all throughout my hutch. And that goes, earth power Virgo that I am. I'm so ready to do this. These readings have been a lot of fun. Every time I do it, when I bless the cards and prepare and tune to you all, I get little fine tuning here, little fine tuning there for my angels, guides, and masters. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow is the 23rd. First day of Sun in Virgo. So I hope that hits some happy, lovely angles and trines for you. What are the chances, Capricorn? So let's dive in. I'm all ready for you all. I'm feeling good. I've been doing a lot of personal reads for people. So it's been a busy time, but my God, you want to make a Virgo happy, give them something to do that they love. And I feel the same for you, my Saturnian Capricorn brothers and sisters. So let's get a little clarity for you. Oh, I got a comment on a video that I will reply to. Well, by the time this is out, I will have replied to it about will I list the cards that I use. Absolutely. You know, I've seen that on other channels, but it was for Virgo such a detail. Like, oh, I'll do that someday. I'll get to that someday. Like today, I'm experimenting with new lighting patterns because, you know, my home office is my main office. Well, it kind of always was, like no matter where I've traveled and worked to or worked out of, right? And if you are a Capricorn in the collective who is self-employed, I hear you, I feel you. And if you're a professional witch, top of it, reach out, say hi, you know, camaraderie. So let's do this. You hard workers of the zodiac, man, you can even put Virgos to shame, can't you? I bless you, and we're grateful for our Capricorns. The Aries are the openers, the starters. The Capricorns are your closers. They get it done. Eeyore, though they may be from time to time. Blessed be the Eeyores, too. We love them. Here we go. We're going to pull you an archetype card from the Caroline Myss archetype deck that will represent the pre-incarnational agreement in you, the soul power that's being developed in you. Not so much the reason of what's going on, so for your mind to be, oh, that's why, I mean, that may happen, but for the divine purpose, because the path of true love is not about getting what you want. Oh, I just felt a lot of people click off. What? Oh, then let me watch something that'll tell me how to get a man, how to get a woman, how to hunt him down, wrestle him to the ground. You got any good spells? Honey, I got booty call spells. They do not guarantee true love, although the gods will have their way, right? So let's have a look at your soul contract. What's going on here? This is something within you. We're not even looking at another person unless one really pops in, and I will be glad to do that. So let's go here. My collective pantheon of angels, gods, and masters, please, one card for the archetype for the Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019. That was easy. Oh, the poet. This one has come up before. It's one that I can relate to, but I don't think I have in any sort of strong... Oh, okay, Caroline Myss says you can put archetypes into 3 levels of power, but she does it through aromatherapy in a way, not associating oils to it that way. I would do that. Potion witch. No, eau de toilette, cologne, perfume, right? So perfume is the highest, densest, most potent form. So if you have the poet archetype, it's like you can't help it. It's just its strongest form, right? So that would be the 3rd level of power. The second one would be cologne. Now, cologne is the perfume, but it's cut with alcohol, right? So it is reduced. Still potent, will last, but not as long as the perfume itself. Like, you know, if you're using a dot of essential oil, or if you're cutting out with alcohol, obviously that's going to reduce the potency, right? The potency. They're having fun with me today. Oh, it's Throwback Thursday here at Drawing the Circle. I listened to Once More Into the Bleach, that whole album by Blondie, getting ready for this, and they're like, put on put on your tank top. There was another name coming into my mouth for that we're not going to use, not poetic. And then that first level of power, it's eau de toilette, right? So you take the perfume, but you cut it with water. So I would say if I have poet, it's eau de toilette. Toilet water. Which always confused me as a child. All right, so we'll read that when we get back around through one card from each of the 5 decks. And if you're new, welcome back, my subscribers. Thank you so much. You're making my channel grow. Slow and steady wins the race, but we're getting there. We're getting like a couple of likes every day. So let's see if we can up that. So if you're new to the channel, if any of this resonates, please like and subscribe. So this is the Doreen Virtue Angelic Oracle Healing Deck thing. I have the box over there, so I will put it the actual name, and maybe I'll find some Amazon links to put in there too. I like putting links in description boxes. My angels, please. My angels, please. One card for the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019. Please, a clue, a tip, a hint, a clue, a tip, a hint. Archangel Michael. Womp womp. No, I love Archangel Michael. The Archangel of Truth. The Archangel of Freedom. The patron. Well, they call it patron saint. We're going to call him Archangel. The Archangel of, firemen, policemen, rescue workers, right? The protectors, the defenders, right? It means the will of God, I believe, and the will of God is truth. Now, take it out of the patriarchy. We could say the will of the universe. The political correctness of the spiritual ego, really, now. Just speak with love. Speak truth with love. We'll get there. But, with poet, particularly the light and the shadow on that one. That's going to be interesting how that's going to play its role through you. Really, these archetypal powers often work through you. Do they possess you, or are you aware of them, and do you channel them, making wise, loving, heart-centered, open, peaceful mind, clear, full of choices and decisions? What comes out your mouth, which? My gods, please, one card for the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019. You want that one? You get that one. Burnout. Now, yeah, there's that contemporary meaning of burnout where it's just like given too much, like stress. I'm just stressed. I'm overloaded. I'm overcommitted because I'm just a girl who can't say no, right? Well, maybe it's time to start saying no to everybody else and saying yes to love, saying yes to your spirit, to the gods, to the goddesses, to the angels, to the masters, to your higher power, to the path, about loving the self, about refilling, about watering the burnout. It turns the ash to mud, and then something fertile can grow. Well, I'll go through these individually once every line is out. But, oh, sorry, this is Daughters of the Moon Tarot, Fiona Morgan. The deck I have been reading the longest of all of the decks in my career. I got it when I was, 18, 19 years old. I could ask the person who introduced it to me, but it was so long ago in the 80s, and we were at a party and most likely doing drugs, I'm going to guess. So I'm sure she wouldn't remember what year that was either, but blessed be. No, more than one. My masters, please. Yeah, Throwback Thursday. Oh, I'm time traveling. I didn't realize that was going to be on the menu today. Yay! Yeah, every day a song comes on the radio, I time travel. My masters, please, one card of clarity for the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019. Please, all kidding aside, a clue, a tip, a hint. Openness. Oh, openness. Yeah, this new lighting concept. In order for you to see that card, I got to do the Reed Richards power stretch for you. I don't mind. It's a good stretch. I do yoga. And I dance around the house wearing, you have no idea. I am wearing pants today. I always do. Just today. Just for today. Let me wear pants. If I can make them laugh. I mean, I don't know. They're watching The Quantum. They got to know when a joke's coming, right? They've watched this movie before. My angels, gods, and masters, my collective pantheon, I love you so much, and I'm so grateful for you, and I'm so grateful for the Capricorns, right? The brother, sister, earth sign. So please, a whisper, my pantheon of angels, gods, and masters for this Capricorn collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs on the path of true love. For September 2019, slow down. Okay, here for my Gen X's and baby boomers. What does a yellow light mean? Slow down. What does a yellow light mean? Slow down. If you know what that's from, comment in the box. You comment down there. You make a comment to that. Oh, I'm not making a contest out of it. Easier to hail a taxi. Which work. Okay, I need a sip. I need a sip for this because look, we got really interesting first line here. We've got the poet, which I'll read the shadow and light attributes of that. We've got the Archangel Michael. We've got burnout. We've got openness, and we've got slow down. So to read the poet, the light attribute expresses soul insights in symbolic language, right? So this soul power, this archetype really is about expressing, but not just your mind, not just your emotions. People could say expressing your heart, but in that case, I don't think they mean your emotions. It's really about your soul, the immortal, eternal, pure light, whatever you want to call it, who you really are. Some people will even say that the higher self and the soul are the same thing. I don't know about that. When we croak, hopefully we find out, right? That's why I'm like so not afraid to die. And I'm like, ooh, how does this all fucking work, right? Get me backstage, such a Virgo. I want to see what's going on backstage. And then I'll be like, oh, I remember this one. Can I go back? That's what they say happens. Good God, I hope not. Shadow attribute. Well, I am working my ass off, guys. Right, Caps, aren't we? Are we just fucking nose to the grindstone? Is just such a horrible image, but you know, slow and steady wins the race, which I'll get to. That's in your cards. Now here's where the shadow attribute and Archangel Michael are going to come in here. Shadow attribute turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. Now I don't mean limericks. I love a good limerick because there once was a man from Nantucket. I used to visit there. Not to mention the young lady from Wheeling who had an incredible feeling. Fucking my memory, right? Yes, poetry, right? Poetry. I studied poetry, the writing of it, and man, can I write a rhyming couplet for a spell, prayer, blessing? You got it. Flies right out my mouth. But that destructive part of it, right? So make sure that you keep in mind Archangel Michael. Look, if you already have a connection to the archangels, everybody knows about Archangel Michael. He's the only one who got a movie made after him. I'm pretty sure. I'm probably wrong about that because, you know, indie films and, you know, it was probably something like mega released with the name of an archangel or about an archangel, and I just wouldn't know about it. But Archangel Michael, just really popular. So, and really the classical image of Archangel Michael with his sword drawn, his foot on the head or neck, depending on the image of the devil, Satan, Lucifer, call it what you want. Not ultimately my religion this time around, so y'all figure that out for yourselves. But the symbolism is clear. It's about truth and illusion, breaking chains of illusion, setting all things to right, revealing what has been hidden, and bringing true love to light. So there's something really here about truth, about freedom, about cutting yourself free from, but with that poetic soul power, you have to be careful about your words. Now, not that you can't express yourself, we will get to that, but if you really are coming from a place of burnout, then make sure it's therapeutic, right? Make sure that it's an expression, if it is indeed of your pain and suffering, that it's done in a way that creates an openness within you. Be open to. Now, I also do want to say about this card. Now, it is the Five of Flames, right? Usually in the traditional tarot, it's that. It's those men smacking their wands against each other, right? But it looks like they're having fun. A little tarot circle jerk. Can't believe I just said that. I'm going to blame that on Carrie Fisher. Thank you very much. or Debbie Reynolds more likely. This card is about, yeah, things have been burned, right? It's conflict in the sense of the change has happened. Things have been reduced to ash. You know, not necessarily the Phoenix transformation. This is minor arcana, but from ash comes, it creates fertile soil. Just does, creates fertile soil. But absolutely, if that is just for you in the collective, you particular Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, that is experiencing like burnout, just like don't can. It's poetry. Fight my shiny poetic archetypal ass, right? But that openness there is about an open heart. Okay, we are not talking about purely an open mind or an open wallet or an open door. Yes, there's an open door in there, but there are hearts everywhere. Chuck Spezzano Love Pack. I don't think it's still in print. I got mine when I worked at Borders back in the Cenozoic era, by the way, very tar pity. Now watch. Some like paleontologist is just going to comment and correct me on that. There were no tar pits in the sun. Great, thank you. Always willing to learn. Blessed be the geniuses, and you're probably a Capricorn if you know that off the top of your head. Now, here's the thing with Capricorn. I've always said with Saturn in general, let alone Capricorns in specific, slow and steady wins the race, right? There's something very tortoise and hare. Be the tortoise, right? Slow down. When you are excited, you get ahead of yourself. Take some time to allow things to unfold. And it feels like it's that second part that's a little bit more hitting the nail on the head here, right? Take some time to allow things to unfold. That, yeah, slow and steady wins the race is a pretty standard thing for a Capricorn Sun, but a Capricorn Moon, a Capricorn Rising, if they don't, or Venus in Capricorn, yeah, long-term development. But if you're burned out and tired and just like, all right, I'm gonna open my heart. I'm gonna open my heart. In spite of whatever happens on the path of true love for the month of September, the will of my heart is to be open. And that's for me, and I highly recommend that. You know, I got that from Nat Khan. I know he comes into my life. Never met in the physical. Comes into my life and just drops this simple process technique truth. And it's like, changes fucking everything. He's amazing. But by the way, probably not about the path of true love and being a Capricorn. I think that's part of my job. That's part of my contract to talk to y'all, right? So really, really clear first line. Let's get some clarifiers. You want to start with Archangel Michael? All right. Well, you want to do it a little differently again? It's like every time they do it, they're like, now try it this way. I'm a Virgo, mutable earth. Let's have a look. See, please, my gods. What is this archangelic truth, this angel card, about for the Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019? Wonk. Oh, appraisal. All right, so truthful appraisal. Archangel Michael kind of saying what's of value. Now, appraisal is an interesting word because it's not analysis. A-N-A-L-Y-S-I-S, right? There is an analysis card in this deck. Two of Blades. You're probably familiar with it. It's Fencers in is it Nuqua? I forget the name off the top of my head of the goddess. But this is really about assigning value, evaluation, estimation, sitting back, saying, do I want to plant these fuckers again? Doe, a deer, a female deer? What would you do? What do you think? Now, interesting. Go, Capricorn. Just saw that. So, it's a Capricorn card. We're going to call it that. Makes sense. So that's a nice little clarification that from this place, you know, and if you talk to Archangel Michael or just call to the Michaelite angels, it's like, yeah, please, I need truth here. I need to see this without, not through a glass darkly, through a glass lightly. Why not? Whatever works for you. Watch as Mark goes scriptural. Okay, so then I'm going to put an angel card to clarify the burnout. Now I see what you want me to do. Oh, so it's going to be systematic. So good to me. Well, you know, surrender your life to the divine every day. You look like this at 50 and you get purple hair. I don't know if that's a reward, but it feels like one. My angels, please, one card for this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love. September 2019. What's going on with this burnout? What is this burnout about? Oh no, enchantment. Least favorite word. My least favorite. Well, not the card itself. Card party. But remember, enchantment with that unicorn. I don't know that you can see the horns so well on this camera because of the cloud behind it. I mean, I would have put it its head up into the blue cloud so you would have a contrast there. But you know, a couple of tons of raw muscle with a weapon on its head. Go read Terry Pratchett, Lords and Ladies, one of my favorite books of all time. Well, you know, Good Omens and all of that. Everybody's like Neil Gaiman, and I love Neil Gaiman. I'm actually one person removed from Neil Gaiman. I don't need to meet him. What would I say? I was like, thank you. That's all I want to say. Thank you, Neil. But Terry Pratchett is my favorite author of all time, and probably always will be incarnationally moving forward. Everything I really needed to learn about witchcraft I learned from Terry Pratchett, which I might make a book if I can write a book, or at least maybe a blog or a vlog. I'd rather write it, but we'll see. I doubt they will allow me to use his name like that, but bless him. All right. Oh, so then I get it. So then what we're going to do is we are going to, for this card of openness, we are going to pull, let's pull an angel. No, oh, yes, no, I see what you're doing. Oh, you're going for symmetry. Oh, yes, hashtag symmetry. My gods, please. Oh, I feel that. Please, please, please. One card in clarity for the Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019. What is this openness about? Please, a clue, a tip, a hint. Top of the deck. Clay Woman, Three of Pentacles. This is my favorite card in this deck, at least minor arcana. Getting your feet in the clay. Work, work, work. But Three of Pentacles here, it's a beginning. It's an initial thing. It's like you've got your clay, you've got your wheel, you've got your kiln. I mean, I prefer more cooking metaphor personally. It's the same idea, but it is a process. And you know what? If you look over here, there is one firing in the kiln, K-I-L-N. So slow and steady wins the race, right? You cannot force clay to cure, I forget what that word is. My mother was a nursery school teacher, so I knew all that stuff a long time ago, but you know, the 80s happened. So yeah, you have everything that you need in this openness. Be open through this month to say, okay, everything I need for my initial foundation. Like when I make sauce, I gotta go food shopping, man. Like, yeah, if I can whip something together in a frying pan, that's one thing. But when I make bolognese, I make gigantic vats of it, and I live off of it. Oh, I think that's what I'm gonna make this weekend, because it's meat sauce, right? But if I have everything I need and lay it all out and put it in the order of ingredients, because I'm a fucking Virgo and I love to cook, then you know, once I have it all there, it's like, it ain't sauce yet though, right? But now let's go. Little mommy tears for you there. I know some of my homos out there shivered a little. Shivered and shriveled. I'll sniggle that together later. All right, let's go for our third line here. So here we have an angel and a tarot, an angel of God. Oh, so that line will always be angel, God, and master. Oh, I like that. Ooh, we had some flipsy gypsies. There we go. I guess for some reason, Capricorn, what you might be going through now when you're watching this, even if you're watching it in August for September, it's like they're giving me this kind of, even though burnout is here with enchantment, my least favorite word, things are not what they appear to be, like literally sitting right in front of me in the center of the table, center of the spread. There's something here that's saying lighten up, right? Like maybe if you slow down, this will lighten up, which we so associate slowing down with weight and inertia, right? Don't wanna, very Taurian. But then again, even Taurus, once they are ready to charge, they charge. Blessed be. Please, my masters, then. Okay, so one for here and one for here. Let's do the first one first, please. My masters, one card for the Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019. Please, one card in clarity for this appraisal with Archangel Michael, this archangelic Michael appraisal, a clue, a tip, a hint. This card keeps coming up, and like you think I of all people would not be surprised. Love. True love is why we are, the quote. And if you don't know that quote, oh, millennials. Because if you're older than a millennial, you know that quote. The Princess Bride, the Princess Bride. True love. So there is a truth that you got, the archangels of truth helping you appraise and evaluate whether or not this is true love. And your poetic little heart is just singing, yes, bitch, yes, bitch, yes, right? Whew, wow, but I see why the burnout and the enchantment, because shit might not look that way. It may not look that way to the eyes. It may not seem that way to the five senses. And my God, is there anything more frustrating than when your gut, your soul, your spirit is saying, this is true love, except for every other indication going on around you. But I'm telling you, if you are open to molding the clay within yourself, work on you, heal you, right? Incarnate this truth that will set you free, but it will probably piss you off first, hence possibly the burnout. It is a fire card. So it might be, fuck this, I've had enough, burning it down. But if you slow down, it's funny, the paradox, when we slow down, things often speed up, at least in the end, but then eventually it's got to ripple out, right? As within, so without, not just as above, so below. All right, we need another card of clarity from the masters on this. Please, a card of clarity for this center vertical here. Burnout with enchantment, please, my masters. One card of clarity for the Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019. Please, a clue. What is this about? Floating on air. I'm pretty sure that both of these cards just came out in the previous reading. So what would that have been, right? Scorpio or Libra. I know, and they came out, I'm pretty sure, next to each other too, if not in the same line. No, I even feel like they were in the same line. Maybe clarifiers. I'm not going back and watching them. I got too much on my plate today. But oh my God, floating on air with enchantment and burnout. Look, this burnout doesn't. Oh, and Archangel Michael breaking chains. I think I'm getting what this is saying. I think I'm getting what these cards are laying down here. That this appraisal of this, where you are on the path or in a relationship, nothing here indicating anybody else right now. This seems to be about you. Yeah, really not even a court card here to look at, but in any relationship. And remember, path of true love is not all about sex and romance. Yes, it's a chunk, and usually that's what brings people to these readings, so that's why usually that's what they're about. I mean, the angels know who are going to watch this. The gods know who is going to be watching this. The masters know. So that's why I tune myself. I'm like, whoever the fuck's going to be watching this, help me help them, right? Simplest of prayers. Do it through me, right? I don't know what they need. Help me give it to them. Because that floating on air can drive you crazy if with enchantment. It really can. Like, oh my God, this is true love. This is true love. But maybe it's not, and maybe things are not as they appear to be. And yes, there is absolutely this part of the card to say that the fairies of the universe are working on your behalf. And I don't trust the fae very, very much. They're in my bloodline. They're in my blood. I think they're on all of our bloods at this point. Yes, there are synchronicities and magic and miracles and mysticism happening all around you, but, I'm not going to say if your vibration is low. Fuck trying to shift your vibration. If you're tired, slow down. If you're tired, self-care. Be open to this Three of Pentacles. Oh, interesting. You've got a 7 and a 3. I didn't even catch that. It really is. They're giving me different overviews of this. Where be open to saying, okay, well, there is something here going on for me that I can get my hands in the clay and I can start molding it. I can MOULDING. I can shape this into something, and that's why I love this card. Something beautiful and practical. Don't you just love that, Capricorn? Practicorn. It's Capricornical. This feels so good. Feels so good, even though that one card of burnout, which again is fertile ash that new things can grow from. It's a 5. It's only halfway through the minor arcana of Pentacles. So who are we missing here? This one's got this one, this one, this one. This one needs an angel. I really like this. I like the way they did this. I hope we do this like this for a little while until you change it on me. You know, when I sign off on emails, looking forward, Mark A. Lyons, looking forward because I got it, right? Clairvoyantly as I am. I can look backwards, but let's not say we did. My angels, please. One card here for the Capricorn Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019, a clarifier. This openness with the clay woman, 3 of Pentacles, molding the clay, shaping things, getting the initial completion done and working with it. What say you? Celebration. Celebration. You usually celebrate at the completion of things, but there is a completion of an initial stage, which is what the 3 is. It's saying, okay, you've reached this point of stability. You've reached the first plateau on the mountain of whatever, how many levels, right? Well, 10 if we're going to do it with the numerology of the tarot. So there is a certain, like, yes, like, oh my God, I have everything I need to do this now, but now I have to do it, right? Now I have to be open to it. And this is also absolutely about being open to allowing these things to come to you. Now, I'm going to say, 3 of Pentacles, it's physical, right? It's not more ideas and inspiration, because as a poet, you got a buttload of those. You got a cranium, got a skull full of those, right? The soul downloading to the mind so that the throat chakra can choose it and express it. But keep in mind with that shadow attribute can be tricky. Can be tricky because when are you going to fall into that shadow attribute? When you are excited, you get ahead of yourself. Take some time to allow things to unfold. So when you're like, you grinding, you're like, yeah, that really grinds my gears. That's when you go into the destructive lyric part of your soul skill, your archetype. Let's pull one more whisper of true love to put under that poet, because this will most likely then really speak directly to the soul. And I ask that, please, my collective pantheon of angels, gods, and masters, please, please, one final whisper of love, a whisper of true love. Oh, and this deck is by, I have it on the table, I remembered, Angela Hartfield, artwork by Josephine Wall, W-A-L-L, right? And I will, as of this reading, put the list of the cards that I'm doing, and I'll try and cut and paste as many backwards as I can, because I'm a Virgo and I like to be thorough, but they will be tarot related. So thank you for that little segue. My pantheon of angels, gods, and masters, please, a whisper of true love for this Capricorn Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019 for this poet archetype. Please, a whisper of true. Fuck my chakras with a rake, Mom. True love. True love, right? This love is a once and a lifetime love. Now, please integrate that into you being part of that true love, loving yourself, because my God, I get it. Things don't look that way. That's why the burnout. You need the truth, but the truth will set you free, may piss you off, may shock you. Although I gotta say, the Tower card's not here. Kali the Awakener, she's not on the table, right? Even Earthquake, the minor arcana version of that is there. So this is why slow down. This could be a divine timing thing, although that part is not here, but what are the chances, right, that a true love patterning relationship here wouldn't... My God, you got 2 true love cards. Archangel Michael, truthy, truth, 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 truth. Floating on air, celebration. I mean, I'll bless you, but I don't think you need it. But you know what? With that burnout, everybody needs a blessing. And let's bless everybody. Because really, in the overview, this is such a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous reading. So since I've been doing this, I'm making a habit of it. Some people will probably click off and they say, oh, he gonna pray, he gonna bless, and they run, and that's fine. It's like, oh, I know, I can do that in as many different accents as you like. I was well trained. Did you know I went to the Boston Conservatory of Music, Dance, and Theatre, darling? I took speech classes, so I can literally hear dialects in my head. But when you have access to the collective, maybe you're just speaking what you hear. So, wow, this is a lot. This feels really good for Capricorn rain. No offense, you know what I mean. Waiting for the other Saturnian shoes to drop. So let's bless you all. Let me do what I do for you. Oh God, Goddess, all that is, my collective pantheons of angels, gods, and masters, please bless the Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019 with all that they need, inner and outer. That their poetic soul may express themselves in the light, that the truth in their finding of worth within this true love path itself, or the relationship that they are dealing with itself, that the truth may set them free as they find their own value and the value of the path of true love in and of itself. That though they may be burned out, things are not as they appear to be. And there is a rising from these ashes, a floating on air, a destruction of that which inhibited them in this world little by little by little, not quite just like a forest fire, but a slow burn. And may this burn be a blessing on them, this burnout be a blessing on them. If it gets them to slow down, to de-escalate what's going on in the nervous system, not by shutting it down or repressing it, but by being open to doing the work that comes to them, that they can celebrate, that they can be prepared and open, that they have the ingredients ready for a celebration. They have ingredients for something to celebrate, very much like the card of the universe or the world in the tarot. But please help them slow down. Give them what they need. Ain't that right, Milky? Kitten boy. Because this true love, may they be blessed with the true love that they need now. That this is not a question of slow down so that I will quickly get to true love. True love is already manifest for them. May they see it. May they feel it. May they breathe it. May the world needs nothing more than true love and the companionship that they need. Taurus kitty, blessed, blessed, blessed be all the earth signs, all the kitty cats, all the goats, all the Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for September 2019, and may we all be blessed. May our hearts be blessed with the love that we are. May our minds be blessed with clarity and peace and compassion and balance. May we be given all that we need to be the best that we can be, to grow, to heal, to learn, and to fulfill our role in the divine plan, which is a long road, a long path, but satisfying, transforming, and ultimately of divine design, not human design. Thank you so much, my angels, my gods, and my masters. May these blessings continue for all of life. So may it be. Oh, my Cappy McCappy caps. Thank you so much for watching today. I mean, you got a really good read, and I have a feeling for some of you, it's like, oh, it's about time, right? Look at my kitty. He does a magic trick. He transforms into a stiletto heel. He turns into a platform pump. Woo! He's my good boy. He's my baby. He's the youngest Melchior. So, Cappies, if something resonated here, if something helped, please like and subscribe. I don't expect to knock it out of the ballpark for every single person who watches these videos. That is, I believe, what is, well, maybe there's a quantum probability of that somewhere, but I don't know. And I may never know. Unless you like and subscribe, boost the algorithm so that more people can get information and so that they can slow down when they're in burnout if that's what is needed. Cool, cool. I wish you the very best and the very blessed of the month September 2019 on the path of true love. But for now, my brother, sister, earth signs, hail, 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 hail. Farewell and blessed, blessed, blessed.